Once upon a time, in the quiet, unassuming moments of your life, something extraordinary began to stir. You may not have recognized it at first. Maybe it was a thought that drifted across your mind, like a cloud passing in the sky, or a moment of clarity that appeared from nowhere. It wasn't loud, it didn't demand your attention, but it planted itself deep within your soul, a reminder that you are meant for something greater. You didn't always know this. You didn't always feel this. There was a time, maybe not too long ago, when you felt ordinary, insignificant even. There was a time when you doubted your worth, questioned your purpose, and wondered if you were truly seen. Maybe you walked through life feeling like you were just going through the motions, like a shadow, just barely visible to the world. But something happened. It could have been a quiet whisper, or maybe a sudden shift. Maybe it came during a season of pain, or a moment of peace. Whatever it was, it opened your eyes. You began to see yourself differently, not as the world saw you, but as you were always meant to be seen. And that change, that beautiful transformation, started deep within your heart. In those early moments of realization, you started to understand something profound, that you are not the sum of your mistakes, your past, or your fears. You are not defined by what others think of you, nor are you limited by your circumstances. You are, simply put, more than you could have ever imagined. There was a time when you looked in the mirror and saw flaws, imperfections, a face that carried the weight of doubt. Perhaps you stared back at a reflection that seemed out of sync with the person you longed to be. Maybe you saw aging skin or tired eyes, signs of stress, of years that seemed to add up too quickly. You didn't always see the beauty in those features, 'cause they weren't what you expected them to be. But now, you look in the mirror, and you see more than just the surface. You see the strength in your eyes, the wisdom in your smile, the quiet resilience that radiates from every pore. You see yourself, not as the world once defined you, but as the masterpiece you truly are, perfectly crafted, divinely designed, and full of potential. This transformation didn't happen overnight. No, it took time spent in quiet reflection, in prayer, in embracing your true self. It was in the moments when you chose to be kind to yourself, to forgive yourself, and to accept yourself. It was in the times when you allowed yourself to be vulnerable, to feel deeply, and to grow from every experience, good or bad. And with every choice, every step forward, you became more whole, more authentic, more you. In this journey, you discovered that the key to true confidence, to true peace, lies not in perfection, but in authenticity. You no longer needed to hide behind the mask of who you thought you should be. You could stand tall, not because you had it all together, but because you had learned to embrace the beautiful mess that makes you, you. Now, you walk with a quiet confidence, not because the world is perfect, or because everything always goes as planned, but because you have come to know your worth. You have come to understand that your value is not measured by the number of likes on a post, the approval of others, or the success you achieve. Your value lies in who you are, in your heart, in your soul, and in the love you share with the world. Every day, you become more and more attuned to the voice within you, the whisper of truth that guides you. That voice tells you, you are enough. You've always been enough. Do you remember those times when you felt less than? When you thought you weren't good enough? Or when you compared yourself to others? Those thoughts still linger in your mind from time to time, but they don't hold the same power over you anymore. You've learned to quiet them. You've learned to recognize them for what they are: fleeting moments of doubt that come and go, And now, you stand taller. Not because you've never felt doubt, but because you've learned to overcome it. You've learned that confidence isn't about being free of insecurity. It's about acknowledging those insecurities and choosing to move forward anyway. It's about walking in the fullness of who you are, even when you don't feel perfect, because you know that you are beautifully imperfect. As you walk this journey, you've discovered the incredible power of self-love. It's not an act of vanity, but a deep, life-affirming belief that you are worthy of love and respect, starting with yourself. You've learned to nurture yourself, to treat yourself with the same care and kindness that you extend to others. You've come to realize that self-love isn't selfish, it's essential. When you love yourself, you make space for others to love you too. When you believe in your worth, you inspire others to believe in theirs. And when you choose to rise, to stand in the fullness of your being, you give others permission to do the same. Now, when you face challenges, you do so with grace. You understand that life is a series of ups and downs, of twists and turns, and that growth doesn't always come easily, but it does come. And every obstacle you face with the knowledge that you are more than capable of handling it. You trust in your ability to navigate whatever comes your way, and you hold on to the belief that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. There are still days when doubt creeps in, days when the weight of the world feels a little too heavy. And on those days, you remember to be kind to yourself. You remember that it's okay to not have all the answers, to not be perfect, to simply be. You give yourself permission to rest, to take a step back, and to regroup. You've learned that self-compassion is just as important as self-confidence, and that both are necessary for a balanced, fulfilled life. As you continue to walk this path, you begin to notice the changes around you. People see the light in you. They see the strength, the grace, and the authenticity that you now embody. They feel the warmth of your presence, the peace that radiates from you, and they are drawn to it. They are inspired by it. Your confidence is contagious. It encourages others to be themselves, to embrace their own journey, and to see the beauty in their own lives. You've become a living example of what it means to walk in alignment with your true self. And in doing so, you inspire others to do the same. You've learned that the journey is never truly over. It's not about reaching a destination, but about embracing each step along the way. It's about growing, evolving, and becoming more fully who you were always meant to be. You are a work in progress, and that's okay. It's all part of the beauty of life. You are constantly evolving, constantly learning, constantly unfolding into the person you are meant to be. And with each day, you become more and more in tune with your true essence. So, as you continue on this journey, hold your head high. Trust in the process. Trust in yourself. And above all, know that you are exactly where you need to be. You are a masterpiece in progress. And every day, you are becoming more and more the person you were always meant to be. Your confidence is not just about how you look or how others perceive you. It's about how you feel about yourself. The peace and assurance you have in who you are. And that, my friend, is the most beautiful thing of all. Because when you know your worth, when you embrace the fullness of who you are, that is when true confidence is born. And as you stand in that confidence, know this: you are enough. Always have been, always will be.